I just don't understand why you guys are like so casually putting Pat Riley in the top bucket when he has 5 championships, which is great, but like 9 and 11 is so many championships. You could double Pat Riley's championships. He's still one short of Phil Jackson. I don't even know why you're putting them in the same conversation.
Well, first of all, Pat,
not that hard to understand.
Very hard.
He went to many championships. He lost a few, but he went to many
In 3 different cities.
So we're giving him credit for losing. Got it.
No. Okay, so since you want to be a smart ass, LeBron James
just
has
making
gone.
counterpoints.
LeBron James has gone to however many championships he's gone to, and we argue whether he's 1 or 2 all time.
Yeah.
As a player, based on his statistics, his play on the court,
Right.
and the championships that he'd appeared in.
And he's won 4.
And he's won. So you're sitting here getting ready to tell me a guy who literally comes out of the stands and takes a team to a championship and win. Oh, but he had Dwayne Wade and he had Shaq. That's would be the next argument.
But Max,
seriously,
you do go into a rabbit hole in your argument of why MJ is by far the greatest because it's like this impeccable record. Phil Jackson's record is pretty kind of impeccable.
I'm not arguing that Phil's not number 1.
There's no arguing against Phil.
Phil and Auerbach, I agree with you. Phil and Auerbach are 1 and 2.
Yeah, I wasn't born with
And
that.
my point is, Pat Riley is there with them, even if you want to put him third. And the reason I have for that real quick is I'm not giving him credit for a Knicks championship. They didn't win it. But he took a franchise that hadn't sniffed the finals
it was a doormat.
in decades.
Yeah.
And when Pat Riley got there, they made the finals and were very competitive.
Yes.
And by the way, he did it with 1 star. They had
And
1
Patrick
star on the
Ewing,
team.
that was it.
Then he goes to Miami.
This is how dumb the Knicks are. Just
Yeah.
give this man a taste.
I
Dolan, what are you doing?
I can't.
He is the culture. He's created the culture in South Beach that belongs in New York.
Right, it should be these two.
I don't want to
so
put
he
you on a
goes.
tangent.
So he goes to Miami. Not only does he win it, but first of all, with Mourning and Tim Hardaway, they were getting knocked out early, but they were a powerhouse. They ran into better teams. So this is what it is. Then he gets Wade and Shaq, wins another one, and then the fact
But
is
Wade
he's
and
Eddie
Shaq,
Jones.
remember, you
Eddie
have
Jones,
to say,
too.
coming out of the stands, Max.
yeah, right. He didn't like the way things were going.
He
came out the stand.
He looked up and said to himself, this dude getting ready to screw up what I built.
Yeah.
He comes out of the stands and coaches him to a championship.
To a chip.
That's huge.
Okay, and then after that, the big 3 in Miami, Spoelstra coached, and I'm not taking credit away from Spoelstra.
But you
are.
What I'm saying is Spoelstra is so clearly a Pat Riley disciple that, like, do I think Pat Riley wouldn't have won championships with them? I think he would have. I think he had different things to do at the time.
So just like, I guess what you're saying there, Max, just like people bash Phil Jackson for his front office so-called expertise with the Knicks, you got to praise Pat Riley, is what you're saying, for everything he's doing from a front office standpoint.
But you can't move Pat Riley up a bucket for what he did in the front office.
Well, he has 5 chips.
I
still
know,
got 5 chips.
But 5 chips.
which puts
How
him
many has
firmly
he
in
been
the
to
second
total?
bucket with
What-
Greg Popovich, who also has 5 chips.
wait,
what's
I don't
crazy
know.
about
He
it?
lost 2 with the Lakers.
Let me look this up.
I'm not.
Let me look this up.
And
I
then
feel like he lost
always asks
3.
questions
One with
that
the
forces
Knicks.
us to do research.
Well, because this is a radio show. It comes off the top of your dome. You're supposed to be
this does
Hey,
not.
meantime, while Jay's looking this up, Dennis in Delaware has something to say.
Or does he not have something to
Yeah.
say? Oh, there he goes.
Yeah, no, I'm still here. I just don't think when you can't win a closeout game in the playoffs in Game 6, like they didn't do against Memphis, like they didn't do against Dallas, and they might not do tomorrow. I just can't put these coaches and players in the top 10. That's just my opinion. I mean,
Wait, Steve
Steph
Kerr
Curry-
can't be in the top 10 coaches? Steve Kerr can't be in the top 10 coaches?
No,
Name
you
me
have
10
you
better.
have to. You have to win these You have to win closeout games on the road. They didn't do it against Memphis with John Morant. They didn't do it against Dallas.
So
They
give me
had to
10
come back
coaches that
home.
have done that where Steve Kerr
You're
hasn't.
gonna
I want to hear 10
disqualify
names.
Yeah, for one.
You're going to
that's one
disqualify
playoff
Steve
series.
Kerr and Steph Curry because they didn't close out in Memphis?
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
No,
yes, you do.
All you care is if you win the series. Come on, man. Dennis, come on.
No. Come on. Great coaches and great teams close out on the road, and they just haven't done it.
You're
That's
making
my
a
opinion.
subjective who cares how you win? You got the chip. That's not like someone got hurt and they were playing an inferior team. That's you won in 7 games instead of 6 and 5 instead of 4. Like, who cares how many games?
If they have a world championship, it's not like on their resume they're going to be like, oh, they didn't close out Memphis on the road. It's going to say world champion.
Wait, it does matter. Wait, Dennis, I take it back. It does matter. If you're comparing him to someone else, tell me 10 coaches who have as many championships as Steve Kerr and have done what you're asking, right? I'm not saying it doesn't matter if we're splitting hairs. I'm saying with Steve Kerr, it doesn't come down to hair splitting. He's top 10.
Dennis, do you have an answer to that?
Yeah, with that kind of talent, you have to win these game 6.
No. Dennis.
Tell me 10 coaches.
Tell me
how many
coaches,
chips does Kerr have now? Kerr has 15, 17, 18. So he's on 3. Tell me head coaches with minimum 3 championships who have done what you're asking and closed out on the road. Because if he's not top 10, I need 10 examples.
The only thing I could tell you is that when Keyshawn has a little gray hair on the side of his head, he looks like Denzel or Barack. That's the only thing
he
I
does
could
not
tell you.
look like Denzel Washington. Stop, Dennis. Next caller.
That's Key's new favorite.
And that is
caller.
That is you setting up a distraction because you didn't know the damn answer. Keyshawn looks like
Key. All of a sudden, like maybe Kerr's not top 10.
Yeah,
Denzel Washington. Get the
Lee in Arkansas.
Man looks nothing like Denzel.
Lee, no, that's right. That would be you, right? Lee in Arkansas.
Yeah, I went with Steve Kerr, not in the top 10, because the first teams that won that championship, Mark Jackson put that together. And then Steve Kerr, he just fell into a gold mine. He's a great coach now. Maybe he can win with his own players. But this thing is not over yet.
But they didn't have a top 10 offense when Steve Kerr took over. Like, he unlocked the offense.
And by the way, they never got over the hump. They never got over the hump when Mark Jackson was a coach. Then Steve Kerr got there. He made some twists in their lineups and some of their changes, and they started winning championships.
Yeah, you can give Mark Jackson credit without taking away credit from Steve Kerr.
Mark gets some credit on the first championship. No question about it.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.